Well, you know it wouldn't be right without that theme music for the playoffs. I always tell you, when you hear this "Welcome to the Jungle," you know what part of the year we in, and that's the playoff part. So it's been a good season. But before I dive into my predictions, I gotta address what happened with the Jets situation. As commissioners, right? We try to be accurate all the time, right? You try to get everything right, and sometimes, we can have a mistake here and there, but the goal is to always have as minimal mistakes as possible. So early in the season, I had advanced one time, and it was a game against DK against E-Ball, the Jets. Go figure, the same two teams that was involved in this final week. But anyway, DK was supposed to have got the force against E-Ball. E-Ball was out of town. I advanced, but I fair simmed it. And he already had told Bap about it. Bap mentioned it to me, but he mentioned it to me earlier, so it went over my head. So when I fair simmed it, DK got the loss. So at the end of the day, DK wasn't supposed to have as many losses as he had, and E-Ball was supposed to have as many wins as he had. See, if that blemish never happens for me, that game that DK played don't matter. And E-Ball game don't even matter because E-Ball would be out. So being that it dawned on me, and I had to go back and check my records first before I did anything. Sure enough, I had a chance to make it right, and I'm like, hold on, E-Ball not gonna be able to play this game. He's gonna have to get the loss because that's not fair to DK to what happened to him. So luckily, we had a chance to fix it, so we fixed it. So that's why we moved on, and we no longer had to wait for the E-Ball matchup. So that's what happened with that. Now let's get to these predictions. Like I say, we are now at the stage where we are in a one-game elimination tournament. Right? We are one-game elimination tournament. One loss, season over. And that can be very what happened? No more. That's it. That can be very when you lose one game, you work all year and lose one game, season over. It could be painful, right? Because and like I say, nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to go home in the first round, right? Like, whether you got a bye or not, the first action you have in the playoffs, you do not care. The first time you get action, you do not want to go home. So it's always one of them situations. It's always one of them situations where you try to come on and you try to extend your season for as long as you can, because all it takes is one fumble, one turnover, one bad call that could alter the game, and your season could be done. So that's why I say whenever playoffs come, I always play this "Welcome to the Jungle" because this is now a jungle. 7 teams from each. I keep saying 8. 7 teams from each conference is dropped off in the jungle. Only one will make it out alive. Yeah, you're going to get some teams that make it further out, closer to that exit. But some people, is just as fast as they landed, as fast as they gone. Eliminated, wiped away. So it's time now to lock and load. So let's get to it. Let's get to these predictions. Over here in the AFC, we got the Chargers and Pats. I must say, this has been a redemption season for the Chargers because, boy, does he look like a whole other person compared to last year. I don't know what changes he made, but whatever changes he made, you could just say home run, home run, home run. Whatever he did, he's knocked it out the park on every level. So Chargers is going to be a tough out for anyone, and I mean anyone over there in the AFC, including just period point blank. He's a number 2 seed. He's been balling. He's going against a number 7 seed Patriots team that right his wrong, right? Last season, if you remember, Patriots started out hot, was first in that division, up until like week 8, week 9, and then all of a sudden he just collapsed, ended up missing the playoffs. Guess what? He bounced back this year, been balling with them Patriots all year, and now he's in the playoffs. I'm not going to lie to you, as great as a season the Chargers had, this game is going to be tough. The Patriots is definitely on upset alert to win this game in LA. I just want to tell you that. And I'm telling you that because the Chargers been on one all year. But I'm telling you, man, DK is one of them guys that, just when you think that, you got him, he pulls something out and the game just going a whole nother way. This is going to be pretty interesting, man. I got to go with the team who's been more dominant all season, and that's the Chargers, man. But I'm going to give the Patriots a real upset chance in this one. But I got to go with the Chargers, and I'm going to go Chargers in this one 38, Pats 33. 38-33 Chargers over the Pats. Next up in the NFC, we got number 2 seed Cowboys going against number 7 seed. I don't even know what the name of this team is, but this was the Vikings. This is BJ. Look, BJ is one of those guys that I go back a few Maddens ago that when he first started playing with us, I always said what I respected about him the most is that he was losing by 20, 30, 40, everybody he played, right, all the time. But guess what he never did? He never quit. He never got in the chat, never cried, never did none of that. That gained a ton of respect with me. And I always said, BJ, if you keep playing and stay with it, you're going to get better. Well, here we are. There's some guys that still can't get in the playoffs that's been playing longer than him. And that's not, and I'm not going to go out and say because, they that much of a worse player. It's just some people that just, they say the definition of insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. So that's just the problem some guys have. Like some guys just insist on doing the same thing and just won't change, So, all right, cool. That's on you. But guys like BJ, he learned. He stayed with it. He learned. And anytime you see guys like him in the playoffs, man, you got to applaud that because I know where he came from. I know what the journey has been. I seen him take beatdowns from everybody week to week, but I always seen him hang in there. I always seen him hang in there and stick it out. I always seen him stick it out. So I had to applaud BJ for that, man. Like I said, once you get in the playoffs, what seed you are don't even matter. I don't care if you're the 7th seed or number 1 seed. Like everybody is at the same advantage. I mean, yeah, you get teams that get a home game, but man, listen, at the end of the day, you just gotta play. If you know what I'm saying, you show up no matter where it's at. Right? So record, what you did in the regular season no longer matters. This is a whole nother season. Nobody cares about what you led the league in. Nobody cares about you was on a 12-game win streak. You may care about that. You may come into the game. I didn't tell you put that on. You may come into the game with confidence, as you should. But your opponent doesn't care. You know what I mean? So that's what's dope about the playoffs. And I always tell you, every playoffs, you're going to see upsets. You can pretty much count on that. I'm not saying it's the first round, but I'm just saying you can pretty much count upsets to happen in the playoffs. Every team, in other words, what I'm saying is that you will rarely see number 1 seeds from both conferences in the Super Bowl, which goes to show you there are upsets. Because if there was no upsets, number 1 seed gets to the Super Bowl every playoffs, not just every playoffs. Number 1 seed is in the Super Bowl, and that's just not the case. But But anyway, Cowboy, I think their names is Shamrocks. Cowboys and Shamrocks is up. Cowboys at home. Cowboys, they've been playing good ball all year also. He's going to come into this game looking to get this game over with quick as possible. We'll see. Yeah, exactly, bro. That never happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, that's something that you never think about, right? But when you hear about it, it kind of like, you be like, yo, you know what? That's true. You rarely see number one seeds from both conferences in the Super Bowl. Like, at all, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show you there are definitely upsets that go down every single playoff tournament. And this one is going to be no different, right? They're going to be upsets. You know what I mean? And it don't have to be with the number one seed. It could be the number 2 seed against number 7 seed. It could be number 3 seed against number 6 seed. You know what I'm saying? Those are all upsets. What I'm trying to tell you is that all lower seeds don't automatically advance. Home teams will get eliminated. You could bet that. So anyway, Cowboys, like I said, they've been having a strong year. They came on strong. You know, they finished strong. I gotta go with the Cowboys in this one just because he's been playing good ball. He's been a more consistent team. A lot of this stuff, a lot of success when it comes to playoffs and just playing these leagues, period, is about consistency, right? So at this point at the stage, I will say the Cowboys show more consistency than the Shamrocks. I will go with the Cowboys in this one, but I gotta say, if the Cowboys come out flat, or just think that he could just come out and not get into his bag, he gonna be in for a rude awakening. So he better come out and put his foot on his neck early. Otherwise, guys like BJ, if you give him life, he will take advantage of it. But I will go with the Cowboys in this one. I'll go Cowboys 31, BJ 21. 31-21 Cowboys over the Shamrocks, if I'm saying that right. Next, number 3 seed Bengals. That's Carnage going against Live Kid, number 6 seed. Interesting matchup right here. Bengals been playing great ball all year. They've been doing what they were supposed to do, right? They won more games, way more games than they lost. They've been playing great ball. Raiders, he's been playing good ball with the Raiders since last season. Right, going back to last season, he made the playoffs with Raiders season 1. What can what can you not applaud about that, right? Whatever moves he made this year, that's this year. But last year he made the playoffs with the Raiders, and that was with no trades, no free agents, no rookies. That was as is. So you got to give Live Kid props. You know what I'm saying? He's in the playoffs back to back with this Raiders team. This is going to be an interesting matchup, man. I'm not going to lie. As I sit here and think about it, I don't even know which way to go at the moment. But, you know, you got a home team, that's the Bengals, that, you know, he is the favorite. He is the 3 seed. But I'm telling you, the Raiders definitely got a chance to win this game. I don't know if they played already this season. You know what I mean? But, you know what? I'm gonna add some realism into this game. Yesterday, Carnage put something in the chat about he was going through something that I had no idea about, you know, in real life with his son and everything. So, you know, he had mentioned that he had gained custody. So shout out to you again, Carnage. Congratulations on that, man. That's big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, you never know what people going through behind the scenes, right? We get on here, we play our games, but you never know what's going on in people's real life. You know what I mean? But being that he decided to share that, I felt like it was only right for me to address it. And I gave him I addressed him yesterday in the chat. But being that I'm live, I wanted to address that again, man, and say congratulations. That's big, because anybody that got kids know what a battle, what a feeling that is to be going through custody battle and to get your kid, you know what I mean, when you're dealing with a man or a woman who's trying to tarnish your name and ruin your relationship with that kid. That could be some devastating things, man. You know what I mean? So I know that Carnage got to feel like one of the happiest dudes in the world right now. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I'm here to say this. That happy feeling he got, I feel like he's going to come into this game so hyped because the good news that he received yesterday. I think he comes into this game hyped, right? Not worrying about that. That's past him. You know what I'm saying? He's in the playoffs. I think Connor's coming to this game with a ton of confidence just off of what he went through in real life and just come through and just apply that, right? Because let's be honest, man. Whatever you're going through in real life, like when you get some good news, and it goes both ways, right? If you went through something real that was a negative or lowered your morale, when you get on the game and play, as much as the game can take away from what you're going through, it kind of can weigh on you when you're playing mentally, right? Because you're not really all there, locked in mentally. The first bad thing that happened in the game is just start feeling like, man, this game is over, because you're not 100% in it, but because you already dealing with what you're dealing with. So it's the same rules apply to when something positive happened in your life, right? If something dope happened your way, and what happened with Carnage is a real dope situation. So that dope situation happened to him. You better believe my man gonna come on this game feeling hyped and just so excited of what happened that even if he loses this game, it's no big deal. You get what I'm saying? If he loses this game, he's still happy and smiling because what just happened to him. So I'm saying he's gonna come with that type of passion to this game, and I think that's actually gonna get him over the edge in this one over Live Kid. I gotta go with the Bengals, man. You don't really hear me combine real life and game stuff too much, but in this case, I think it was called for because, you know, what happened, you know, so I gotta go Bengals in this one. Now, don't get me wrong, if the Raiders win, don't be saying, yo, I thought you said Carter's going to win, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get that. Live Kid is a baller. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, man, right now, coming to this one, I think the Bengals, and he's at home, he's going to get that good old, one of them calls going to go his way because he home. I think that between that and the confidence he walking this game with because of what he just went through, I think that puts him over the top. Give me Bengals in this one over the Raiders. I'm going to say 34-30. 34-30 Bengals over the Raiders. Next, we got Packers and Seahawks, and boy, the Seahawks got a gift wrapped up for him. Christmas came early for him. Coleau's out of town, so DP automatically gets the forced win. No, we're not going to make him play no computer, because if we lose the computer, we're not going to have the computer move on to to the next round. So DP gets the win, so he gets a chance to get a bye in week 1. But with that being said, he automatically knows who he played next round, which would be Claw. So if I'm DP, I'm already right now figuring out what type of game plan we coming with, because this will be round 3 between them two. Yeah, he playing you, bro. He playing. That's what I'm saying right now. He playing you because he's number 6 seed. So he will play you. So if I'm DP, instead of me just relaxing on this bye week that he got, I'm figuring out what can I do in this round 3 matchup between him and the 49ers. So we'll go to the other NFC matchup, which is me against the Falcons. Look, man, any given Sunday, right? So and he's 0-4 right now. The bad thing about him being 0-4, well, not the bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because here's my rule of thumb. Y'all always hear me say this. All streaks come to an end. If you're on the win streak, eventually you will lose. And if you're on the losing streak, eventually you will win. So if I'm DP, even if I'm 0-4 against them with what you just said, I'm not tripping on that. I'm saying, yo, we gonna get him. We gonna get him. We gotta get him sooner or later. Right? So, that's why I say streaks is dangerous, because your winning streak could get snapped at the worst time, and your losing streak could get snapped at the best time. Think about that. But anyway, let's get to these Falcons and Eagles. Like I said, any given Sunday, man, it'll be foolish of me to come into this game feeling like all I gotta do is show up, when I always get on here and talk about I got to get in the lab and play more because I'm still not comfortable with this Madden. So I got to come in and do what I do. And my goal is to get this game over with in the first half so I can sit my guys in the second half. So that's my goal for this matchup. I ain't coming in here trying to play around and acting like, oh, this the Falcons. Nah. I'm trying to get this game over with quickly as possible. I'll say Eagles favorite in this one by 10 over the Falcons. Last game on the schedule, playoff round that we go through will be number 4 Texans. That's Josh against number 5 Ravens. Now, what's different about this off the back is that how many times do you see the Ravens on the road in the first round? Ravens is normally known for having that first round home game. Not this time. Ravens are traveling to H-Town. Josh is a baller for anybody that didn't know. And for also anybody that didn't know, these two played in the playoffs in the conference championship round in my other league. And oh yeah, Josh eliminated Bat. So don't assume because you see the Texans and Ravens that the Ravens going to win this. No, not so fast. Don't always get caught up on the teams. Worry about the users. It's been already shown several times that just because you have a high caliber team don't guarantee nothing. And just because you have a low caliber team don't guarantee nothing. The Eagles did not make the playoffs in my other league. So just think about what I'm saying. Don't always assume the higher the team, automatic success. That does not mean that. You still have to get on here and play. So Josh is a baller. I already knew that, and if you think back when I did the 5th quarter last season, I talked about the Texans and I said, yo, a lot of y'all not familiar with Josh, but dude can play. And I said, even if he don't have no success with the Texans in season 1, I said, he will bounce back. But it just so happens that he actually won a division last season. So this is going to be an interesting game. I'm pretty sure Bap is coming to this game feeling with a chip on the shoulder because of what happened in their game in the playoffs in the other league. So I'm pretty sure Bap going to try to come in and go for blood. That can be a bad thing, right? If you go for blood instead of just going for the win. But we'll see how this shape out. But this Ravens team, man, ain't the Giants. This Ravens team is loaded. Texans, that boy Josh did build them boys up. I think C.J. Stroud is superstar, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think they are. I think he is. But he definitely got a better Texans team now than what he did last season, and he still was balling with them last season. I'm going to take the Ravens, but I got the Texans in a very, very close matchup in this one. I'm going to go Ravens 31, Texans 27. That's how close I got that game. Trust me, if the Texans win, I will not be surprised. But I got that game a close one, man. I got Ravens over the Texans, even though the Texans are home. But trust me, if you look up in the 4th quarter and the Texans are up, do not be alarmed. But yeah, man, so we got interesting matchups, preferably in the AFC. You know what I'm saying? But let's get these games underway. Y'all was making a whole lot of noise about advance. So I expect to see some games being set up today, if not played today. For all of y'all that's in Legal Money League, draft is at 3. The first advance is at 2 o'clock for free agency. We're going to get that season up and running today. Season 2 of that was a dope first season over there. I cannot lie. And also, Claude, you my man at 50 grand, but I ain't rooting for you, bro. I want to see somebody else win. I also said yesterday in the chat, because Claude won the bowl over there in Legal Money, he's making me get in the lab. He's making me get in the lab and get some reps in, because I'm tired of seeing this dude lift Super Bowl trophies around here. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of feel like I'm going to be running into him a lot in the playoffs. Whether it's because over here we both in the NFC, and in the Legal Money we both in the AFC. So That's not to say that he's the only guy I got to worry about, but hey, he's the guy that's at the top of the hill. So that's the guy you need to be prepping for. You know what I'm saying? So him winning that bowl definitely made me get in the lab last night for a couple of hours just to practice. Hey, get in the lab last night and practice for a couple of hours. I'm gonna get in the lab sometime again today and practice for a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? But I just gotta, get some time in. Like I said, I'm not comfortable with this Madden just yet. It's still a lot of throws that I be missing. I gotta figure out the passing better. I gotta figure out the defense better. You know what I mean? But I got motivation. This guy keep lifting trophies around here like he lifting up his pinky ring. So, I'm dedicating myself to put some time in, you know what I mean, to try to slow down this train he got going on. But they say to beat a man, you got to beat the man. So ain't no way around it. I'm in his conference in both leagues, so I got to go in and put some work in the lab, plain and simple. You know what I mean? But yeah, so. But shout out to you, Claude. You know you my dude, bro. You know what I mean? You know I bangs with you. You know we be chopping it up outside this league stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of the league for me anyway. Like it's a lot of as much reckless talk that be going on. Dudes be violating, disrespecting each other. There are some cool dudes. You know what I'm saying, in these chats. You know what I'm saying? And And real always recognize real. So, me and the dude Claude, you know what I'm saying, we definitely be chopping it up, you know what I mean, when we can, behind the scenes about real life stuff as well as Madden. But Claude on one, you know what I'm saying, he's straight dominating. You know what I'm saying? He's straight dominating, you know what I mean? And got to give that man his props. You know what I'm saying? He won with the 49ers season 1. That was with Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? How can you knock that? Come from over there. How can you knock that and talk about that, right? That's not he won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs with Pat Mahomes. So if anybody that want to say, yo, he had Mahomes, but he ain't have Mahomes with the 49ers, what's the excuse there? You got to give dudes their props. You know what I'm saying? Stop always looking for an excuse to knock somebody and downplay. You got to give dudes their respect, man. Dude is a baller. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner people recognize that, the sooner they'll come close to, you know what I'm saying, competing better. You know what I mean? You got to give props when props due. Dude been on one. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm taking it myself to get in the lab and put some time in. You know what I mean? And figure out, how can I improve on some things. But I know that just comes with time and playing. You know what I mean? I know a lot of us just get on and play when we have a league game. I'm definitely guilty of that. But I was already out of mix in last Madden. I missed like the last 3 or 4 seasons because I started getting busy in my personal life. So I already was out of the mix. But so me just coming into this and playing, like I said, figuring out in the league, you know what I mean? But it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Because I'm not a dude that's going to get on here and cry and complain and make excuses. If I lose, I lose. I ain't going to call nobody out saying people be doing this and, yo, Madden did this to me. I ain't going to say none of that. I'm going to take my losses like I'm going to take my wins. But yeah, so again, Legal Money Season 2 will start today. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that, see how that shape up. I will be doing the live over there to do an Season 1 recap and probably a recap for what's going on in the off season over there. But so stay tuned for that. But good luck to everybody that's in the playoffs. Everybody that